So the first thing I'm doing is I'm just putting a 95% on a whiteboard. And I think that most people, most of the time, that are competent in their role, competent in their job, spend 95% of their time in what you might call a flow state. And that would mean a place and a space where, rather like driving a car, you know what you're doing. It doesn't take a huge amount of effort. It does take effort, but it's something that you know how to do. So the more experienced you are, the more you've seen, the more you know. And by definition, when others around you may be panicking or suffering from anxiety, when you are good at what you do, you can say, do you know what? It's that I've ridden this horse before. I know what I'm doing. And even though you may not be unconscious in your activity, you have so much experience that you can, for the want of a better word, if you're not in a flow state of just unconscious competence, doing the things you need to do, at the very least, you're very able to be conscious and to navigate what it is that you're dealing with because you've ridden that horse before. Now, I think a lot of people like the idea. It's quite it's quite appealing to say, really, I want to be, that phrase would be here, I want to be unconsciously competent. It is this ideal place where you're able to say that I operate in this flow state. And in truth, if you said you were doing that 100% of the time, I'd be a little bit worried. I'd be like going, so at no point are you consciously competent. At no point are you actually coming out of just that unconscious set of activities and doing things on purpose. Because in reality, think about a sport or a hobby or anything that you might do. You do want to be able to do it with a certain level of let's just use the word flow. You do want to be able to do it with a certain ease because you've mastered it or you're on your path to getting very, very good at it. But there are times when you being you, and reality for me is when you think about that 95%, really what that is a steady state of you being you. And that's hugely effective. You being you 95% of the time gets you into a flow state where you're able to navigate most things with relative ease.